assassins. Done. He called for his private bodyguards. They were the mallas, wrestlers. Kansa had never ever sent them out. This was his personal retinue of bodyguards. Chanor, Mushtika. So only they remained. Now, Krishna and Balaram, they follow that road to its conclusion. Where does the road lead to? The Rangashala. You know what is a Rangashala? The wrestling arena. Rangashala. So Shala always does not mean school. Pathashala is school. Shala is space, a facility. Pathashala is a school. Gaushala is a cow pen. And Rangashala is a wrestling arena. Okay. Next time when you go to Mathura, you can ask them where is the Rangashala, they'll show you. It's just houses and it is space, the boundary, they'll say this is the Rangashala. It looks like somebody's wasted backyard. But that is the Rangashala, it's there even today. Atikraman it is called. You know what is Atikraman? Encroachment. There's a lot of encroachment nowadays on the Rangashala. So they entered the Rangashala. Now we'll go to Canto 10, Chapter 43, verse number 17. Do you get the verse?
Yep.
So this is what is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam by Shukadev Maharaj. So Krishna and Balaram have come to the Rangashala. Alright? Malla Nama Shanir Nibram. Yeah, you can repeat. Naravara Smaro Muninam. Malla Nama Shanir Nibram Naravara Strinam Smaro Murtiman. Sorry. Yeah. Gopanam Swajano Satam Shitibhujam Shashta Swapitro Shushu.
Gopanam Swajano Satam Shitibhujam Shashta Swapitro Shushu.
Mrityur Bhojapater Virad Vidusham Tattvam Param Yoginam.
Mrityur Bhojapater Virad Vidusham Tattvam Param Yoginam.
Vrishninam Paradevate Vidito Rangam Gata Sagrajaha.
Vrishninam Paradevate Vidito Rangam Gata Sagraja.
Samadnanam Ashanir Niram Naravara Strinam Smaro Murtiman. Shukdev Maharaj is describing this scene. Krishna and Balaram and their cowherd boyfriends have entered. Actually, right now only Krishna and Balaram have come. So, Rangam Gatah Sagrajaha. Krishna enters first, and along with him is his Agraja. Agraja means elder brother. All right? Ranga in the Rangashala, wrestling arena. So there is this huge festival. So the wrestling arena is very well decorated, and the wrestling pit has been wonderfully prepared. So Krishna and Balaram, when they enter there, they're like, wow! We've never seen anything like this in Vrindavan or in Bhandiravan. Like if Krishna and Balaram would have smartphones with them, they would be like, hello friends, right now we are here in Rangashala. Right behind me is a wrestling pit, They're really very happy to be there. And then they see the crowds. Everyone is waiting there for the ceremony to begin. Now these people it's the Rangashala, right? So it must have been in use previously too. So they are aware of what could be the ceremony there. They are aware of what could be the functions there. Krishna and Balaram have never been. So when they look at the crowd, they are like, hey, thou, do you notice the crowds? My God. And thou is like, yeah, Gopal, be on your best behavior. What will Mother Yashoda say? Listen to me. Don't do your antics here. Balaram is trying to, he's being the guardian here. And Krishna is like, thou, just look at the crowd. I mean, such colors, dresses, people shouting, voices. And then it is quite possible that everyone went silent. Everyone went silent because Krishna and Balaram have just entered. There are hints in this chapter that explain that the residents of Mathura had specially come to the Rangashala because they had heard that the cowherd community would be coming, and most probably Krishna and Balaram would be there. So Krishna and Balaram had no idea that they were already celebrities. They did not know that they had so much fan following. And Krishna is like, thou, we should have opened a Facebook account. There's so much potential here. So that was the mood. That was how the scene was. And since the crowd went silent for a moment, it's quite probable that happened. Why? Because Shukdev Goswami is describing something interesting here. He says, Rangam Gatah Sah Agraja. The two of them have come into the Rangashala, the wrestling arena, and Vidito. There are so many perceptions that are being expressed with relationship to Krishna and Balaram. Mallanam Asanir, Nranam Naravara. The common people, when they saw Krishna and Balaram, they felt, oh, they are the best of mankind. Like they have kids in their laps and they're like, Beta, bade hokar aise banna hai aapne. Oh child, these are your idols. Naravara, the best of mankind. Mallanam Ashnir, the Mallas, as they were beating their the muscles getting ready for a fight. They looked at Krishna and Balaram. They're like, whoa, these are sizable opponents. Powerful. They could feel that vibe. So Mallanam Shanir. They felt these are worthy opponents. Sometimes there are these uneven contests. There is a 6'6" tall wrestler, and the other one is a 5'8" wrestler. Some or the other, they are in the same weight category, so they fight. So the wrestlers are feeling like that. Now, they may be little, but they are worthy opponents. They're worthy opponents. So they were feeling inspired. Strinam smaro murtiman. The girls, they're like, oh, wow. They're like smiling, they're feeling shy, they're bashful, they're like, hi. Some of them are like, can I have your number? So Strinam smaro murtiman. The girls that were there, the ladies, they felt that this is the perfect match for them. They were immediately texting their family. If you're looking for a match for me, I have this. Could you find out their family lineage? Look into their kundalis. They're kind of, some of them who felt that their parents are their friends. Oh yeah, my best friend is my mother. My best friend is my father. Some of them are like that. They're like, hey mate, why don't you go and approach them and ask them, are they available? Smaro murtima. Strinam smara. Smara means Cupid. Kamadev. That is smara. Gopanam swajanos satam kshitibhujam shashta. It's interesting how Shukdev Goswami presents these perspectives. He says, Gopanam swajano. There were other members from the cowherd community too. It is not that the cowherd community was only in Vrindavan. They had come from other places too. So this cowherd community, when they saw Krishna and Balaram, they're like, हमारे टेम्पल से. From our community, Reddy. The Reddy community. Ayyar community. This is what Ayyars are. They're feeling so proud. They're like, go Ayyar, go Reddy. Like that. That is how they have the placards up. East or west, our community is the best. That those placards up. That is Gopanam Swajano. This is our community. Asatam Kshiti Bhujam Shashta. Kshiti Bhujam means whose arms control all directions up to the horizon. That means kings, rulers. Those who are rulers, landlords, however, they're Asat. Asat means because of political dealings, they had engaged in certain activities that was not very healthy. So when they saw Krishna, they are like, Are Baapre. In India, it is called as a ED.
Enforcement Directorate.
Yes. I'm not sure what it is called here. The IRS. So when they looked at Krishna, they're like, oh, IRS is here. The enforcement directorate, Shashta. the enforcer of discipline. Sopitra Shishuhu, Sopitraha, Vasudev, Devaki. There are other, in North India, Tau, Tayaji, Pedanna, Pedanna. What is the other one? And the younger one? Chinanna, Chinappa, something like that. So all of these were somehow or the other related to Krishna as their elder. So Pitroho. They felt that this is our child. They felt so proud. They're feeling so very happy. So Pitroho Shishu. Mrityur Bhojapate, Bhojapati, the present ruler of the Bhoja dynasty. Kansa was sitting there. He saw him as Mrityu. आ गया मेरा काल. So Kansa. Virad Avidusham. Avidusham. The general people whose only interest is in eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Basically, they are just looking at stock market. Kitna kamaya, kitna haraya, gaya. Basically, they are like, how do I have more? And they're fretting over what they've lost. People who are in that, always troubled, always anxious, always hankering, they're called as Avidusha. Virat. To them, he appeared as the universe personified. They are, oh my God, this person has such potential. They felt stupefied by him. Virat Vidusham. Tattvam Param Yoginam. There were yogis too. Those who were sincerely doing sadhana every day, they had also come there. And they saw him as Tattvam Para. They saw him as the supreme destination. Vrishni Nam Paradevateti Paradevata. The Vrishnis, those who had been constantly persecuted by Kansa one way or the other, they felt that this is the answer to all their prayers. This is the person about whom they had always been, for whom they've been waiting for, the Paradevat, their master, whose shelter they are always seeking. So Vrishni Nam Paradevata iti Viditoranga Gata Sagraja. Everyone saw Krishna as to what their belief was. This was one Krishna. Everyone was there seeing Krishna. Whatever belief, school of thought they had, accordingly they visualized him. Accordingly, Krishna was appearing to them as that particular thought, that particular belief. This will be very helpful for us. What is our belief in Krishna? Some of us, you may, it's like, oh Krishna, when will I chant properly? It's like that is a belief in Krishna. Right? Or when the day has been really bad and you're like, when will I finally find shelter at Krishna's feet? So that is a belief. That Krishna's feet means most probably I won't have all these troubles anymore. Or sometimes we are overwhelmed, tears. Someone says, and Krishna's lotus feet, they are so merciful. They do not discriminate. And you have tears coming in your eyes. And Putana, she wanted to come and kill him. And Krishna saw that spark of service, and you feel overwhelmed. So, what is the belief in Krishna? The belief in Krishna is that whenever such stories are going on, I can have these emotions, otherwise, it's difficult. So, what you believe is what you'll see. What you believe is what you'll see. With the limited, scope of today's presentation, that is what. So, today's title is this: You see what you believe. Right? So, after that, there was the wrestling match, and then obviously Kansa Chanura Mardanam. Krishna took care of Kansa and Chanura, and Balaram said, "You rest, take some time off. I'll finish off the rest of the business." And then the other cowherd boys came and they're like, "Yeah, this is not good." They said, "No, no, no, let's go to the ice cream shop." It's done with. Everyone is happy. People are liberated. So that happened. This verse, today's verse, can be understood by all classes of people. You don't really have to be into Krishna to relate to this verse. There are certain verses where you have to be into Krishna, like Sarva Dharman Parityajya. So you have to really be very, very favorable towards Krishna. This verse, it gives everyone an opportunity to introspect. And as sadhakas, this verse may be understood in various other ways, except that it is for introspection. Others saw Krishna like that. So that means Krishna is so powerful, Krishna is so mystical. And that is correct. Krishna is mystical. He tells Arjuna that how much more can I glorify my attributes? Whatever you've heard, or even if I keep on explaining my vibhutis, it would still be a spark of my splendor. So Krishna is definitely very, very mystical. As practitioners, we have to also focus on how we can re-establish our constitutional relationship of loving service with Krishna. Here there are the Vrishnis, there are the Strina, all of them are favorable towards Krishna. There are the Pitro, different rasas are there. That has been explained by the Acharyas. Everyone has different mellows. There are 12 prominent mellows, 5 of which are the chief. Sakhya, Dasya, so on and so forth. A lot of those mellows are reflected here in this verse. Once upon a time, a thief was sitting in a satsang program. Somehow or the other. Most probably the thief was thinking that so many people come to this temple, to this satsang program. So finding an opportunity, I will hide and break open the hundi at night and leave. So the speaker started describing Krishna and Mother Yashoda sending Krishna off to the pasturing grounds. The thief got really interested. The thief had no idea who Krishna is. Absolutely no idea. Anyways, I was trying to think of certain, most of us, we kind of understand who Krishna is. But there are certain forms of Krishna about whom we hear for the very first time. We're like, oh, I never heard of this. So the thief had absolutely no idea who Krishna was. So he hears that Mother Yashoda is adorning Krishna with a lot of jewels. He becomes interested. So after the satsang program, he goes up to the speaker and the speaker says, any questions? He says, yes. What did you say about Krishna? What was it? Oh, you want to know about Krishna? He says, yes. Where does he live? He says, Krishna lives in Vrindavan. Acha. Thank you very much. Where is Vrindavan? This Vrindavan is a spiritual world. It is a forest. The thief does not understand this. It is on the banks of the Yamuna. He does not understand. He's never heard of the Yamuna. He only knows about forest. So after that, the speaker says, okay, I have to leave. So the thief waits and he follows the speaker to the speaker's house because he hasn't received sufficient data as yet. So the speaker, after the program, typically, not many people are concerned about the speaker. So the speaker has to make his lonely way back home. Till the time the speaker is on the dais, everyone is interested in the speaker. But once the speaker leaves the program, the speaker has to go alone to the house. The speaker was going alone to the house. The thief jumped on him. And he said, now you tell me, where is this Vrindavan? If you don't, I will really, really hit you so much. I could even kill you. Tell me everything about Krishna. He said, whatever I know, I told you. He says, no, tell me where I can. Give me some information as to his identity. Where can I find him? So this is, well, actually, Krishna is everywhere. He said, the next time you say something like that, I'll pull out your tongue. Give me the specifics. The speaker, now just imagine if one of you is like that on the street, what are you going to say? Tell me exactly where Krishna is. And if you're going to say he's in your heart or something like that, be very careful if you're in a situation like that. Krishna is in everyone's heart. They'll rip open your heart. They'll start believing you. So the speaker realizes that this is a very dangerous situation. And the speaker also understands that he really, there's no answer that could practically satisfy the thief in a very practical sense. So when the speaker realizes this, the speaker says, Sir, I'm just a speaker of the Puranas, the Srimad Bhagavatam. I only do Bhagavad Katha. These are just Puranic stories that I'm repeating. Beyond that, even I don't know. Correct? What would happen if somebody comes to us and really asks us how to find Krishna in the holy names? What is the answer we'll give after 10 years, 15 years of practice? They're like, Prabhu, Krishna and the holy names are not different. Then I know what I'm asking is, you've been practicing for 10, 15 years. Please tell me how to find Krishna in the holy names. Like, if you every day in the morning, if you wake up early in the morning and you do it, okay, I'm ready to do that. What are the signs that Krishna is in the holy name? Something practical. And most probably we'll also be in the same situation. What if somebody asks us about prasad? How is Krishna in the prasad? The taste of prasad. Then why is Krishna only in gulab jamun and not in Kerala? Only paneer. Oh, Krishna is in the deity. Then why do you find the deity to be more beautiful only on festivals? What is the answer? Where do I find Krishna? So most probably say, no, this is what you simply have to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, be in the association of devotees, and one day, if a thief who really wants to find Krishna and catches us with that answer, well, that day,
We will find Krishna.
definitely, that day, definitely, the holy names are going to be very meaningful when they come out of our mouth. Because we are sure that the time has come when Krishna says, Antakale Kshama. This is here right now.
Krishna, save me.
Yeah. Most probably there will be more emphasis on save me than Krishna. Anyways, so he said, I'm just, you know everything confidently. Another lie. And I'm done with you. Tell me where. He says, sir, take out your phone, open Google Maps, type Vrindavan. There's a forest there. You'll find Krishna. He says, he gave him 2 tight slaps. He said, why couldn't you tell me that before? Just give me specifics. I don't want to hurt you. So he travels to Vrindavan. Goes, and Vrindavan is a forest at that point of time. There was no Loi Bazaar at that time. Just a forest. Wild animals. The thief was least concerned about wild animals. He saw a lion and said, hey, go your way. The lion said, yes, sir. Krishna, 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 Krishna. He's shouting. The trees are echoing back the sound. As he's shouting Krishna, Krishna, the flowing waters of the Yamuna are giving background musical effect. Krishna, Krishna. The deers, they perk up their ears and look at him. The birds stop chirping. What is this? Who is this? The entire day, Krishna, Krishna. The thief is interested in those jewels. Because when we really do katha, when we describe as a speaker, we are very magnanimous with all our adjectives. The best of our vocabulary, we try to use flowery words so that the audience can be impressed. This thief got impressed. Jewels, these jewels. No response. He had spent so much time and he was so convinced, the thief was so convinced he wouldn't give up. Day turned into night. It was dark, he couldn't see anything. Still, he would be, sometimes running, going around. He had practically gone crazy because, sometimes when you start an activity and you feel that this will give you some result, especially if it is some monetary benefit. That gambling mode comes in. You're like, let me try again, let me try again, let me try again, let me try again, let me try again. Yes? So, the thief wouldn't give up because he really wanted, and after spending an entire day, now he was more determined because he had spent an entire day and he did not want his time to be uselessly spent. He fell into a ditch. He hurt himself. He was dehydrated. And just the sheer tiredness of the entire day, no eat, no food, no eating, no water. He falls on unconscious. He doesn't even realize that he's so tired, so dehydrated. He falls unconscious. So the next thing that happens to a thief is that the thief feels a soothing touch. So he opens his eyes, he sees that his head is on a lap and someone is gently massaging his head. So he tries to look up in the darkness and all he can see is this brilliant yellow shine. That is what catches his eyes. It's like, who's this? He squints and makes out a figure. He sees a form. There's a peacock feather. He's like, who are you? And that figure says, well, you're calling out for me. I'm here. Oh, you're Krishna? He says, yes. And then Krishna manifests his brilliance. Suddenly he can see the beautiful form of Krishna. And that form is so beautiful. The thief falls in love with Krishna. So Krishna says, are you feeling all right? He has tears in his eyes. He doesn't know. He's not been trained in this. He doesn't know what to say. He's like, how do I even address this person? So he's just blabbering. Krishna says, shh, just relax. So after some time, the thief feels relaxed, better. So he sits up. Still the dark night, right? He sits up. And all he can see is Krishna's form. Everything else is dark. Just Krishna's beautiful form that self-illuminated. Krishna starts taking off all of his jewelry. He puts it in a cloth and he says, here, this is what you had come for, right? Take it. He falls at the lotus feet of Krishna. And he says, I'm sorry. All I want is you. Whoever told you I wanted the jewels? No jewels. I want you. Krishna disappears. Now this person goes mad. Where are you? Where are you? Krishna, 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 Krishna. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Picks up those jewels. Runs back to the house of the speaker, the kathakar. Bang, 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 is knocking on the door. It's like one muhurta before Brahma Muhurta. So, past midnight, it's still dark. Bang, 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 open up, open up. So he opens up. The voice is very persistent. He opens the door. He sees him, and now he's really scared. What is it? He says, where is Krishna? I already told you, Google Map. He says, no, I saw Krishna. He disappeared. He gave me all of his jewels. Here, take those jewels. You take it. Tell me, where is Krishna? He's like, what? He looks at the jewels. They're exactly as he had described. Every single piece of jewelry that he had described was right there. Now he's stunned. Where did he find? He's not able to figure this out. He's like, I told a story. He goes, now he comes back. He's saying he saw Krishna. And then he looks at him. And because he's trained in the scriptures, he sees that this person's demeanor has completely changed. Now he's really, feeling that separation from Krishna. He says, sir, you please give me your mercy. He's like, I don't understand this. Tell me, where is Krishna? He says, the two of us are going to go and search for Krishna. He said, all right. He could have easily said that, you know where is Krishna because you told him, but he's so happy to hear that somebody else can help him find Krishna. He doesn't remember. Nothing else makes sense to him. This is Krishna consciousness. He's like, okay. So now the speaker is also searching for Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. They follow the Google map, reach Vrindavan. Krishna, 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 Krishna. They go in different directions in the forest. So a speaker, he starts crying and he says, my dear Lord, I've spent my entire life speaking about you. There's this thief. He wanted to come to you and steal your jewels, and then you reveal your form to him. Am I so unqualified? So Krishna says, there's a voice, disembodied voice, the voice of Krishna. He says, no, you have done your part. All the practices are proper, and I'm happy with that. However, I cannot reveal myself to you. Not now. He says, my dear Lord, please explain. How is it? He said, Krishna said that even if I reveal myself to you, you'll not be able to see me. He said, why? I trust you, I believe you. Krishna says, I believe you. I believe when you say that you believe in me. But you'll not be able to see me, even if I reveal myself to you. He says, how is it, my Lord? He says, because you believe that I am simply a character in a story. He actually believed that I exist. Therefore, because he believed that I existed, I had to reveal myself. And since you believe that I am a part of some story, I have to reveal myself in stories to him. So that is when he got this lesson. You see what you believe. So when we chant the holy names of Krishna, we'll see the holy names according to what we believe in. So if you believe that the holy names, the sound vibration is Krishna himself, and that is what the holy names will reveal. If you believe the holy names is only sadhana, then the holy names will only reveal themselves as sadhana. So what do we do with our belief? We have to work on it. How do we work on it? Srila Prabhupada says, Just as you believe in money, you believe in human relationships, you believe in your house. What does it take to put your belief in all of these different things, material things? You feel shelter there. So when we feel that kind of shelter, then that will give rise to that particular form of belief or Shraddha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
Good. When you started off, like I was not really sure what where it was going. Right? But when you made the conclusion, like I could relate a lot of things where we really don't believe in what we are doing. It just makes me more convinced that we should have that faith and believe that whatever we do, we should put our efforts in that and do it because there is a purpose behind it and not that because somebody told us to do it. And I could make that connection. No, it's like I could realize.
Sometimes even I don't know where the story is going to go when I'm speaking.
I could at least whether I implement it or not is a
I
different
can
thing.
relate to you.
At least whether I implement it is a different thing, but at least that conviction is there. Right? Sometimes like Radhika sometimes tells us like when as a faith, believe it. But I always doubt Krishna.
I like the
Okay.
part where you said that like, we look at our home or these material things as our shelter, and as a reason we put our beliefs in them. In a similar way, we should start putting our belief in the holy name. That we start looking at holy name as our shelter, then we would probably see.
Hmm.
I like that part. Thank you.
Like you know that if you pay $10, you're going to get its worth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you have that kind of faith that if I've paid in terms of two Maha Mantras on 2 beads, I'll get its worth. What is its worth?
Thing is, I've heard this story multiple times, but never had this. The conclusion that you made us never heard it. I mean, I could never realize it.
Yeah.
Because I knew the story, what you were going to say, but the thing is, the important thing was like that connection that you made. Made a lot of difference.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Another point is, you ended by saying that we put our faith in our home and money and these things. So it appears that we have this fundamental belief that there is some happiness or something out there which I don't have right now, and I'm trying to go towards that in the material, material things. So I own a home, and then after that I see that still it's missing. So there is something further ahead. That we have that fundamental belief, and it's very strong in the heart.
Hmm.
So
Thank you. See, when we take dollars anywhere, let us say we bring dollars to India, or we bring dollars to Mexico or Canada, American dollars, we feel assured that this will work. Isn't it?
yes,
So therefore in the Gita, Krishna is saying, Mayeva Vihitanitan. That potency that paper currency is able to give is by my mercy. Now to connect that dot, to be able to do that, you're not worried now when you go to another country and you just have dollars. But if you have Indian rupees and you go to, you're looking for the place where you can exchange currency. Without that, you would not even be able to have a SIM card. You think anywhere here it would work? At the airport? Or go to India, do you think dollars would work at the airport?
Anyway.
It would. You don't have to go to the currency. It would. So, yat yat vibhutimat sattvam, shrimat urjitam eva, tat eva avagachitam, mama tejangsha sambhavam. It is possible by a spark of my splendor. So being Krishna conscious doesn't mean just on the beats. Somehow we have to figure out how to crack that code. When we crack that code, then Elon Musk will hire us, I guess. No, not Elon Musk, but if we crack that code.
We will have it on less than.
Yeah.
You never know, he may have his own code that he has cracked.
So then, related to that, Prabhu, is our vision somehow connected to the body that we are in? That when we move from one body to the other, we see a different kind of. world?
Yes, our vision is always connected to the body because we always feel the need to survive in this body. It's very strong. It's very powerful. And the stark sign of this being existent is when we feel hurt by mistreatment, when we feel hurt receiving insult, or when we feel pride receiving praise. This is the telltale sign of it. Any other emotions may not be as revealing as these are. When we feel pride, receiving praise, I mean, it could be imagined, self-imagined, or it could be, let us say, in a night dream or a daydream. Especially insult, dishonor, neglect, mistreatment. It's very hurtful. In fact, sometimes these emotions, and it should rightly be also addressed, are so much addressed even in communities which are looking for spiritual emancipation, that we forget that we have to go towards spiritual emancipation. We just get caught up in all this sadachar. How you should not hurt anyone, how you should not dishonor anyone. Sometimes that becomes the goal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he looked at Brahmanand Bharati, he said, I don't see Brahmanand Bharati, I just see a sannyasi who's wearing a tree bark, wearing a dress made up of tree bark. That is all I see. This is not Brahmanand Bharati. So any kind of hankering for that which is related to our status as the body in terms of praise or feeling hurt because of certain mistreatment, both of it is the result of attachment to the body. Is that all right? So it would be very, very fortunate to transcend this kind of existence. For example, this is tissue, right? I use it. I keep it here. or it is in my hand. Now, if you mistreat it, how would I feel about it? If you offer this praise, how would I feel about it? And somebody says, just a way when you hold the tissue, it is so glorious. I'm like, thank you, but I wouldn't be attached to it as much as when someone praises that, oh, just the way you chant, or when you offer obeisances, or when you put on tilak, or you cook. That becomes very meaningful. This tissue. Why? Because we do not see this as a part of a body. The moment I see this as a part of my existence, my body, if someone says anything to this tissue, I could go to war with that person. Correct? So, as I said, it is important to address all of these feelings in all communities. It is important, and wherever it is done, it is right. We have to remember that is not the goal. Taking care of your health, or sipping water as you're doing squats occasionally, or as you're doing long distance running, sipping water intermittently is right. But you shouldn't stop and say, this is the goal. The goal is to complete your distance, whatever distance running you're doing. So it's very, very subtle. Mama Maya Durataya. Yeah. So most probably for the next hour or so, we are all going to feel this. And then we'll take shelter of this phrase. That is why we need regular association. And then we'll be happy with just that phrase, We need regular association. We should come together and we should have such classes. So there's another layer, a deeper layer. This word deep is overquoted, I guess. It's lost its relevance right now. But let's say another layer, another zone in which we'll have to learn to exist too. All right? Sorry, I'm ranting. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Brinda ki jai.